Hello, guys, and welcome to your very own Tech and More. Hope you guys are doing awesome. So, as part of the ongoing series that is important interview questions for your software engineering interviews, it could be developer, it could be automation testing, and so on. Welcome to another video. Very quickly, if you haven't watched the previous videos wherein we are talking about and walking you through the entire algorithm and program for different famous programming questions, please do that. Coming back to the topic of the day, herein, this is the question that we're going to discuss. That is, write down a Java program to convert a string pattern like this, which I'm going to highlight. So the pattern is something like x3, y2, z1. It could be a3, b2, c1, or a5, and so on, right? You want to convert something like this into something like this, which is highlighted. So when I say this, focus yourself on the highlighted string. So if you pay a little attention, what we're doing, if it's written x3, you're going to print x three times. If it's written y2, you're going to print y two times and z one time. And it can change also. So let's say if I write it as x2, y5, and z2, right? Then in that case, it becomes 2 times x, 5 times y, and 2 times z, and so on. So you have to write down a program in order to do such. As always, first I'm going to talk about the algorithm. Then I'm going to show you the actual program one by one. Now, a reminder to you, I always share the entire program, the entire code, and the algorithm with you in this particular document. I can upload it to GitHub and all, but I want things to be simple for now. So you will have this document, the link to this document shared in the description. So don't worry about writing the code right now. You'll have it at your hand handy. So just pay attention on the algorithm for now. Cool. Let's start. Okay, so the first one is assume that the string is x3, y2, and z1, as we were just discussing. Then, going by the algorithm, the first thing that you would do is observe the algorithm, observe the string, and the string says that one is letter, then there's a digit, then letter, then digit, then letter, then digit, and so on, right? So the first letter, or rather, when we iterate through this entire string, the first letter is going to be X, right? So the best way to understand an algorithm, or the best way to understand something, is by picking one example of that entire string, right? So out of this entire x3, y2, z1, I am going to start with the first and second one for now. Walk through the algorithm with this particular sub pattern, and then it will be same for the other sub patterns as well. So it will be similar for y2, it will be similar for z1. Now, we started iterating through it. That is, iterate from the 0th index. So we've started from x, right? And then we are going to increment the entire loop. Of course, you should know the basics too if you're watching these videos. So we are going to iterate it by +2 rather than +1, because the thing which is of our utility is only to be found at 0, second index, then the fourth index, and so on, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That is because it's an alternative. First, there is a letter, then digit, letter, digit. So first of all, we have to go and fetch the letter, then find out the digit to it, and so on, right? So increment by 2, we are good with it. Then capture the digit from the first index. So when I'm iterating through it, I'll see that, okay, I want to print x three times, because if it's written x3, x has to be printed three times. If it is written y2, then it has to be printed two times. If it is written z1, z has to be printed one time, and so on, right? So herein, I am only going to focus on the x3 example for now. So I fetched x, the first one. Then I have to fetch the digit. How do I do it? I capture digit from the first index, that is 3. There's a method for it. When you are having a look at the algorithm, you might not be able to connect that much, because the more connection happens when you actually see a program. But for now, try to absorb as much as you can. And when we go into the code or in the program, then you better understand it better, right? Then the next step is you save the captured digit in an integer. So let's suppose here, and I'm going to save number 3, which I fetched from here. I'm going to save it or store it or assign it to an integer variable, or to an integer which is repeated count. So I'm going to capture that how many times x has been repeated, which is 3, right? And then the next step, iterate again, create an inner loop. So basically, when you started the first loop, that is in step number 3, now you have to come up with one more loop inside the first loop, right? So what do you do here? You basically iterate up till 3. Why do you do it till 3? because then you have to, I mean, you want to print X three times, or you want to print Y two times, or you want to print Z one time, and so on, right? So in order to do that, you'll have to iterate through that number in that particular amount of time, right? So in step 7, it says iterate again up till the captured digit, which is repeat count, right? And then when you iterate, let's suppose you iterate up till 3, because we have captured the number 3. X is to be printed 3 times, so you iterate 3 times, 0, 1, and 2. And then the character that you fetched at the first index, that is 0th index, or my bad, 0th index, has to be printed again and again. So when you do that loop, it is to be looped 3 times, and the first character has to be printed 3 times. It's that simple, right? And then when that particular append or that appending is done to the string, that is when you print it. That is the algorithm. Now we'll go and have a look at the program. Then you'll be able to better correlate it. Cool. Let's go to the ID and write down the program. So first of all, uh, the encoded string, I have taken a string variable and saved it here. Then I'm not going to simply start by inputting or declaring all the variables, because I feel that somehow that becomes more of a, you're not understanding logic. So I'll start with the logic first, and then wherever I feel that there's a need for a variable, then I'm going to implement it. Cool. So first of all, as I said, the first iteration, the first loop is a for loop. So here and I'm going to mention it as for int I equals to 0. I is less than encoded str, because we have to loop through this string, dot length. Perfect. Then uh, I plus equals to 2. So usually it's plus plus, but why is it plus 2? Because once you're done with x3, then there is no point of iterating up to the point of 3. That is the first index or the third index or the fifth index, because it's a set pattern. Later digit, later digit. So once you have done the sub pattern of x3 and you have printed it, there is no point of going back to the 3, because it's already sorted. So you have to do the alternate iterations. First x, then you have to go to y, and then z, right? So this is done. Now, uh, it's all done. You're iterating through it. And now you will basically capture this digit, which is 3. So when you're iterating from it, you are right now at this starting point, that is x, the 0th index, right? And now you want to capture the first index value. So herein it is going to be int repeat count. I declared an integer as per the need, right? And then I go ahead and I give this particular method. Now, if you might ask that, okay, how would I think of this method? This is something that, I mean, I no answer for you. This is more of a syntactical thing. So you have to you get to know it with your experience. And let's suppose if you are programming or something of that sort, you go and do your research on Google and you will come up with these methods, right? So this is the method that is get numeric value. So in a string, when you have this particular string and you want to fetch only the numeric characters out of the string, this method will help you, right? So you say that I plus 1, not at I, because I we started with 0. 0 is at x. The first index is at the digit, right? So you'll give it as I plus 1. Cool. And then this. Again, we'll very quickly, you're iterating through the entire string, 0 index, first index, second index, and so on. Right now, you're at the first index when you start on this line, and you want to fetch the one at the first index, which is number. So number is 3. How do you fetch it? You basically just give it character dot get numeric value, and then you give the index. At which particular index do you want it to fetch the numeric value? Cool. So that is done. There's an error. So this error can get resolved because why I was focused more on explaining. So I forgot to add the actual string wherein it is to be done. So let me copy the string here and let me give the method as dot caret, and then this error is gone now. Perfect. Now, once you have this count, so right now repeat counts value is, it is the, it is value 3. Value or repeat count equals to 3 in first iteration. Now in the second iteration, the value will be 2 and then 1 and so on, right? This is done. Now, uh, you have, how many times do you want to print X? You have it. You want to print it 3 times and you have fetched that value. Now, how do you print it? Again, another loop, which is for int k equals to 0. K is less than this repeat count, right? and then k plus plus. And then you basically go here and now you want to append this value. So this x will be iterated over 3 times. So you want to append it to a string. In that case, now you go ahead and you create a string builder instance, which is you give it number equals to new string builder. I know I have misspelled it, so I'll just correct it. Right. So this is here. Now you use this number, you use the method dot append. Cool. And then here, and what do you do? What do you append? Basically, this encoded string dot caret and I. It's as simple as that. Because why caret I, not I plus 1? Because at I or the 0th index, you have x. And then in the next iteration, it will be plus equal to 2. So it will jump 3. It will not go to the first index. It will directly jump to y. And then it will directly jump to z and so on. Right? So that is that. This is the inner loop. This is done. Now we come out of the inner and the external or the outer loops. And now I get to print it. So system.out.println, and I get to print it now. Let's see how does it. So basically this should print x 3 times, y 2 times, and z 1 time. So let me go and play it. See, it does print. So let me make some changes. So let's say if I give it r 5 times, y 1 time, and maybe g 8 times. Then what happens? You click on the play button, see, gets printed. So next time, if you have a programming question in your interview of something of that sort, of course, they'll not be as identical because there are numerous programs that can be developed. But the idea of this entire video or this entire series is to help you inculcate a thought process or analytical mind on how can these things be done? How can you think of a solution? So never try to mug these things up. Try to understand the algorithm and then try to build things on your own. So you have seen the algorithm, you have seen the program. Now you go and try to do it at your own. And wherever you are stuck, try to apply your own mind. And if you're not able to resolve it even after 5 minutes, then you come and watch this video again, right? So I hope that these videos are helping. If you want us to create a similar video on any programming problem of your choice, do let us know. Thank you so much for watching the video and see you in the next one. Bye bye.